Hey, it's Daeni and welcome back to the channel. Now, I've been doing a lot of videos about my EDC, but I realized I've never really broke it down to you what I carry or why I carry it. Now, I carry the it's family in the background. The gun is unloaded, of course. Safe as safe can be. I carry a Smith & Wesson Compact 2.0 with a 3-inch barrel. One of my first 3-inch barrel, like 18 or 15 magazine capacity firearms. Definitely not what I recommend for a first time gun buyer. If you're gonna buy one, as of today, this might change in the future, I will always recommend to carry the Glock 19, Glock 17, only because um, the magazines are. I had more Glock magazines before I even had a Glock, so it only makes sense that if you're gonna get new into the shooting thing, you might want to get some Glocks, because if you get carbines or carbines, most of them uses the Glock magazine because they're a lot easier to get. Some of them use Smith & Wesson, but again, those are difficult to find. I wonder if they're worth any money now that I think about it, because I rarely come across them. I think even the Keltec has a Smith & Wesson version, but never seen it. I think I might be crossed it once or twice, but never really seen it in real life. Only heard about it. So with that said, I carried Smith & Wesson because the first Smith & Wesson was a Shield 2.0. Still one of my favorite guns. Good little summer gun, depending on what I'm wearing. This is more of the winter gun. I'm thinking about the Canon, as you know, in some of the previous videos that I posted, because it has the slot cut out so I can put a optic on it. And I figure, days where, I wear glasses and I have allergies, so I'm thinking about making that a spring gun so that in the event my eyes are itchy or watery, I know it's a little bit more accurate. In the winter, in fall, and even in summer, I'm pretty much good with regular pistols. But I'm not saying that I struggled in the past, but I'm definitely just taking into consideration that I have a weakness in the springtime. So that might be a spring, winter, fall gun, more or less. Not anytime, but mostly for the spring. But this is the gun that I carry, and I do recommend it. It's a nice firearm. You get to change the pistol grip. The trigger isn't that bad, but you can upgrade that. All these things you can upgrade, and on top of that, it's you can upgrade anything on this firearm per se. But again, if you are gonna get if you're a first time firearm buyer, I would recommend going with a Glock, only because there is a lot more accessories involved. This is not an accessory gun. If you're just trying to fire a gun and you're a big fan of Smith & Wesson, you would definitely enjoy this. But if you're trying to upgrade and you're not trying to get too many guns, then I would always recommend to date that you go with a Glock. But you can't go wrong with Smith & Wesson. Very popular. The magazines are just expensive, and normally you don't get them for free. Well, not for free, but when you buy other firearms, I've gotten Glock magazines. Not here. Not in the case of this particular one. And there's not very limited on who you can get. I think it's Pro Mag and Smith & Wesson. But stuff like Glock, you could get like P Mag, you get Pro Mag, you get Magpul, you get Glock, you get a whole bunch ETS. There's a whole bunch of companies that make magazines for Glocks for some reason. I'm assuming that because it was a cop gun too, so they need all the options they can get. I got the first 30 round stick. I got that before I even had a Glock. So I just want to get on here though and kind of just enlighten you with what's going on here with my EDC. And one of my favorite, man. I mean, in the beginning, I never used to like to carry it, but now I'm pretty decent I'm a pretty decent shot with this. So I can't help but just let people know, like, this is what I fire. I like it. It's a little dirty. I don't even clean it a lot too. Now, as you know, if you made it this far in the video, while I would love for you to hit that like and subscribe, I clean my weapons with grease that I buy from Walmart. Now, I don't know what damage that's gonna do to the firearm in the long run, but I mean, like, it's actually held up pretty well in my opinion, because it still seems to be operating. And this is like since this November, the last time I cleaned it, and you still got grease here, and it's pretty smooth as far as movements concerned, like functioning. So yeah, this is the firearm. Pretty nice 4-inch barrel, real simple, nice grip, good texture, good balance, ergonomic. This thing shifts a little bit when you fire, so when I'm in the sights, when I pull the trigger, this part tends to like shift. And I only noticed it with this. I looked at the Glock, it didn't happen. I looked at Mechanic, it didn't happen. So I don't know if that's just my specific firearm, or is that like a Smith and Wesson thing. So I don't know. But other than that, it's pretty good. Nice serration, so you can graph in the front, you can graph in the back. You got a little peephole at the top, so you can look to see if there's anything in the chamber. Trigger is okay, like I said. Very light take up. Not light. It's a little bit more. It's a little longer. In fact, it's the longest. Noticeably, it's the longest compared to like the Glock or the Mechanic or any other firearm that I have per se, other than a strike fire or a hammer pistol, something like that. So, you know, but it's not nothing that to write home about, to be honest with you. In fact, you probably will never really notice it, because once you fire, it's just like, okay, yeah. And that's it. It's pretty decent. Like, I think it's a fun gun to have, fun to carry. You're gonna find accessories for it. It has a Picatinny rail for the front in case you need that. If that's a feature that is gonna make and break your deal, it has it. You know, better than the Glock for sure, but that's probably the only one that's better than, because it has the 3 slots, so you could kind of adjust it. But most sites allow you to adjust. Like, they create their sites to kind of accommodate the deficiency that Glock had, because you could move it back and forth. So I mean, like, it's a very flexible, as far as accessories concerned, the accessories department is very flexible when it comes to firearms and universal, like Picatinny mounts and things like that. Like I said, you can't really add in your sights. There are features where you can add a sight right here by knocking out the rear sights and then putting in a piece of metal and then bolting it on, or you can take it to a gunsmith and they'll do it themselves. So, like, they'll not do it themselves, but they'll mill out the back and then you can install the sights. I mean, a lot of work, but you could already just buy a firearm and save yourself the money. You could change the sights out on this if you wanted to, like for regular manual sights too. And yeah, not as much accessories as like I said, Glock. So if it's your first firearm, no. But this was mine. I don't regret it. But if I did have the choice, you know, because now I just won't use a Glock. Like, I have my Glocks, but I won't use them because I'm just used to carrying with Smith and Wesson. So that's it, really. I mean, I hope you found this video helpful. I mean, there's nothing techie that I can tell you about this. Velocity, barrel length, and all that stuff is irrelevant. You're not even gonna fire this around 10 yards. The furthest I'd recommend it, 15 is the furthest I recommend it, with training, that is. Because I've seen people missing or getting some really, really, like, wide spreads at like 5 yards. So if you're practicing, I think you'd be fine. But if you're not, I don't recommend taking this thing past 10 yards. If you practice 15, 25 maybe, that's it really. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what your first EDC is. Do you agree Glock is your first, or you're like, nah, go hard or go home? I don't know. I'm saying Glock because I just think most people can afford it, and it comes with more accessories, and you'll get features. It's a bonus. Like, you buy a carbine, you get a Glock pistol. I mean, a Glock magazine. Easy, let's say that. Not with Smith and Wesson. So there's that. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video. 1.
Yeah. Shooter, ceasefire. Shooters, you may resume fire. Shooters, you may resume fire.
What's that? Yeah, this one.
Yeah, no. Pretty good.
All right, thank you.
I'm waiting for you to stand.
How you get on eBay, man? You get the whole setup on eBay.
Okay. You know, photographing and stuff.
Yeah.
You need one of them.
Yeah, you could use it for that too.